Hi friends, welcome to Rustic Thread Stitching. My name's Hillary. Today is Wednesday, February 8th. I'm back after about 3 weeks to show you my progress on what I've been stitching. Today I have some whips, I have a few finishes, I have a little bit of haul, and I have some past finishes to show you, finishes that I've had in maybe the past 5 months. With that said, today is nice and sunny. I'm in northern Maine. It's 35 degrees, which is very balmy for us in February. We just went through our Arctic freeze. It was minus 22 with wind chills of minus 50 for a good week. And it was rough, but we're used to it. So last time I videoed, I had probably 6 or 7 whips that were very close to finishing, and I wanted to touch all of them and try to finish some. So I did finish 3. I have those 3 to show you, and then I'll show you the other 3 or 4 that I touched that I haven't finished, but I'm getting some progress on. So we'll look at the first one. Very small, very quick small. This is Heart and Hands, A Very Merry Christmas. I'm doing this on 40 count in Victoria Clayton silks, just random silks that I picked from my stash. I did bring out my little board finally. I ironed some of these, but some I didn't. So here's my finish on this. I am going to try very hard to edit this video and show you where I was previously. So hopefully I am showing you right now where I was. So this is cute little square ornament. Now it's time to FFO things. So Michelle from Penny's Daughter shares, and the ladies from Two Tall Stitchers are doing FFO Challenge 2023. I am very interested in that, and I'm looking on Instagram and getting a lot of ideas and a lot of inspiration. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks I can finish some things that I have fully finished. Another whip that I showed you that was close to a finish last time was Spirits of the Dead by Modern Folk Embroidery. Again, I'll try to show you where I was in last week's video. And I have a finish. And like I said, I haven't ironed everything. So this is on 40 count winter brew using onyx and a couple of blacks that I dyed myself. I'm trying to get the wrinkles out. Every time I video in this spot, I have that glare of light. So I love this. I messed up a lot on this. There's, less. I think all the words are shifted one stitch that way. One of these urns is a little too short, so I just had to fudge some things. But happy to have that done. And the third finish is my Hibernation Day. This is just sitting in the frame, again, not ironed. Last time, maybe again, I can show you where I was. I was missing a couple of the trees, a couple of the snowflakes, and maybe the very bottom row. But that is a finish. I started this on Christmas Day and worked pretty much monogamously on this until it was finished. So this is one of the quickest finishes I've had on a piece this size, and I love it. So this frame is black. I said it's just a chipboard frame. I was thinking of sanding it down a little bit and maybe doing a black and brown mix of paints and painting over it and see. I don't mind the black. I think on the pattern cover, I think it's black. I can't really tell. It's kind of bright in there too, but a blackish brown would be great for this. But this frame, again, I just found at a thrift store and it fits perfectly. It fits perfectly because I made it fit perfectly. I got rid of the deer on the top and moved some bands around and just made it fit. So this was perfect to make it fit because it's just adding and subtracting bands. And I love it. Okay. I think that was the 3 finishes. The other few pieces that I worked on that were close to a finish, I have It's a Cat by Stitchman Darcy. This is Darcy Cameron. I'm doing this on 18 count fabric that I dyed myself. It's kind of a peachy color. And I picked a couple colors were a little bit different than what he chose, but staying in the theme. I think just because my fabric was pink, I changed a couple of the brownish colors. So again, I'll try to show you where I was before, and I'm so close. This could be done this week. So if I can focus on these 3 other pieces that are close to a finish, hopefully for next time I show you, I'll have those done too. Okay, another one that I showed you last time was Spiders, Bats, Oh My by the Sunflower Seed. This, I told you, was one I picked up on the freebie table from Frugal Yankee 2019. It had been started. The front of the house was finished. And on the freebie table, it had all the, this is not on a ring, it had all the fibers, or most of the fibers that went with it. So it is on Kermit 32 count. I don't remember who Kermit is by. Picture this, Weeks, that works. It's upside down. So I'll try to show you where I was last time. And I worked on this just a little bit. A couple of the spiders around the edge, pretty much. That's about it. But I really only have like a spider here and a few legs to put in. There are buttons, but I don't have them and I'm not going to add them. And this will be a finish. So I'll focus on these 3 that I'm showing you right now for next time. And the last one that I'm going to focus on is Marissa Designs Lobster Catch Biscornu. It's my first Biscornu. I am doing this on, it says Jobelin Pewter 28. It's, I don't know who it's by. I'll show you where I was last time. I had maybe 2.5 lobsters and 2 buoys. And I've started on a 3rd buoy, finished up the lobsters. Are they finished? I think they're finished. So I have a buoy left and the border. On the back side, there's a design like this for the middle of the Biscornu, and it will be done, ready to finish. I've never done a Biscornu, so I'm excited to actually finish that. And I love this. So Marissa has another design that I finished, and she's got a bunch of cute little patterns on her Etsy shop. I will try to link some information below and maybe tag some people that I talk about on this Flosstube. So that's quick and easy. Love that one. I used to live in southern Maine. I went to school in Portland for college. So that's where the lobsters are, not up here in northern Maine. we're not near any oceans. So next, I'm going to show some other things that I worked on. And then I have a couple finishes that I'll show you that I had in the past 4, 5, 6 months. So this one is Martha Davies by Chessy and Me. Celeste from Celeste Creates finished this, and maybe a year ago. And I have got most of the juicy parts, as Rai McGuy would say. And I am now ready to start on, or have started on, the alphabet portion of this design. So I will try to show you where I was before. And here is where I've got to. So I have picked all my own colors, keeping in the theme of the colors that were provided. I generally try to work from my stash. And loving this. There really is only like, I don't know, 6 colors, 7 colors. If you look at this chart, thread list, there's a lot of the same colors, but it's because of different specialty stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors. And a couple of them are only used once. So this, I love this colors. I'm going to show you in my haul something that I picked up that I want to say uses this basic color scheme. So I started this one on 40 count. I don't know if I said that last time. And I had messed up in the house, and I decided to start over and chose, I wanted to say this was a 32 count, but I think it's actually a 28. So I'm kind of like working on this. I love how big it's going to be. So I worked on that for several days. These are the threads that, minus some extras here. These are the threads that I chose. I have some Carrie's Creations. I do have a Classic Colorworks, a bunch of my own. There's a Victorian motto in here and a Weeks. But I don't think there's one color in here that is called for. Unlike last time, I'm not putting things away. I'm gonna make this kind of a quick video today. So for the first week of the month, there's a hashtag, first week of the month, Hat Sal. I'll try to put it here or here. I'm not super dedicated to this hashtag, but when I see people working on some of their Hands Across the Sea charts in the first of the month, I want to bring mine out. So I brought out Rose Ada Featherstone. That's here, just for a day or so, and just worked a little bit. I'm working down here. Maybe it's a turkey, this guy. Again, I'm not using any of the called for. I just picked things that I have in my stash that were close to the called for colors. Nothing is neat, sorry. I am doing this on a 40 count. I think it's an R&R, but I don't remember the color. And I don't know if I showed this one last time. It's definitely more yellow than it's showing up. I'm sorry, I really should iron some things. So I chose a pinkish color up here because the house is kind of an orange color. And I decided I didn't like it, and I found something that was a pinky orange, and I decided to go with this. So I am going to pull all of this out and go with this orange color. So I worked on this turkey this week, just a little bit. I don't know if you can see these two Pepto Pink. Maybe that's Brenda or Laura, Pepto Pink Angels. I did change their skin tone a little bit. So one is more Pepto Pink and one is more peach. Let's see. I also worked on my Pandemic from Long Dog Samplers. This, I'll show what the design is supposed to look like because I don't have it on me right now. I just use my phone, or I have printed out a couple pages. So this is on a fabric from Victoria Clayton that I purchased a couple years ago. It's a 40, could be a 38-42, and it's kind of it's a yellowy fabric, and I'm using, again, I don't remember if I showed you last time, but I know I showed you in another video, some floss that I dyed myself in some oranges. So I said I was going to show the pattern, but I might try to show where I was the last time I showed this, which may have not been last time, but in a previous video. So I started on the top left-hand corner. Whoops. And I worked a lot in this motif here. And I love this pattern. I kind of wish I didn't go with something so variegated. I wish I wouldn't have. I don't know. It's okay. I'm going to love it anyway. I'm not going to worry about it. But all right. So that's what so those are the whips I worked on, I guess. Whips, finishes. So I pulled out a few finishes that I've done in the past few months since I've been gone. Most of these I don't have a pattern for because I either sold it. I sold it or I have it on my phone. So this is a Chessy and Me. I don't remember what it's called, but it was a tray. And I did change the verse. I just changed it to Love Makes Our House a Home. This is on a 20, I want to say it's a 25 count cream linen. So I have a lot of linen that I purchased years ago. I bought lots on eBay, so I have no idea. I have a lot of mystery linen in my stash. So she generally calls for a lot of specialty stitches, but I don't think I used any of them. I just do crosses if I want to. But the Love Makes Our House a Home is over one. So I love the colors on that. I did start the bouquets from Jeanette Douglas. I have 2.5 finished. This one is the January bouquet with the pineapples. I'm using Vicki Clayton silks, just ones that I just picked from my stash. So that's January. This that's just on a raw linen, and this one is on like a cream. I want to say it's maybe a witchelt. It's very stiff and it doesn't have the orange and the selvage. Could be like a permin. So this is February, and they're so cute. And I think I will just make them into pillows. That's the plan anyway. And March, I'm almost finished. Another of that cream witchelt linen. Oh, those are 40 count. So I had said I had gone to Camp Wool last summer, and I had picked up a Blackbird Designs. I showed it last time, something fair. And I picked up House on Pumpkin Hill from Stacy Nash, and this is my finish on that. I also picked up this linen. It's a smoky blue. Again, it's not a Zweigart, and it is stiff. So I'm thinking witchelt. I did change one of the pumpkins to orange. I think I was running out of the white, which I used oatmeal instead of the harvest basket that it was called for. And I don't have the pattern, I just sold this one too. If I stitch something, finish it, and I have the actual pattern, I sell it. I don't keep them, although I do collect as many as everyone else does. I was watching Brenda and Laura, and they were talking about collecting charts is also a hobby, but I also think it could also be your retirement plan, I guess. This is Plum Street School Tidings. I didn't bring it down. I have I say the a lot, and I say the mostly. The magazine. I can't remember which magazine it is. If I can remember, I'll put here the chart and the magazine. I did this and changed it up. I got rid of the witch. She's riding like a little sleigh or wagon being pulled by 3 cats. I got rid of that and just made it into like a long, and I'll make this into a pillow. I tend to I start things because I love them. And if I can find a way to make the stitching go faster and get a finish done faster, I will delete some motifs. This is on number 12 Stitch Co. in ochre. And this is just something I got maybe on eBay or Etsy. So it's kind of a peachy color. Peachy orange. This is Shakespeare's Peddler Fracture Bird. Stitched using I don't know if this is the called for. I can't remember if I got it as a kit or just the pattern. I want to see just the pattern. So I had started a hashtag Stitch Kit Pass, and I stitched this, rekitted it, and sent it to Heather from Link is My Homeboy. I don't know if she's finished this or if she's passed it on. Hopefully she has, but this is super sweet. So I know I did get, I don't know if I got the threads in it, but I did get, there was a little spool and some jute to tie around the pillow after you finish it. And I also have another finish I've had in the past few months. This is Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Threads Quaker sewing tray, maybe. So I stitched this on a 28 count Monaco that I dyed myself using threads that I picked from my stash. And I love it. It's beautiful. I love the greens, the pinks, and the reds together with a little bit of the blue, like in Martha Davies. So I started this roof, and I went across and made a roof like this. But in the original pattern, the roof is different. You see the side of the house. And I had just gotten it so much done. I just figured I would change it to a house like that. So it is different than the pattern calls for. And I love that. I love this so much. Very quick. And again, 2 over 2 on 28. So I generally like 40, but I'll stitch on anything. Okay, so I have a couple things that I purchased. I don't know if I showed this to you before, but it's going to be part of my plans as well. If I can finish 1, 2, or 3 of the other ones that I showed you, I'm going to have a new start. So I don't remember if I showed this to you before. This is the Magic Garden Sampler by Shakespeares Peddler. I saw this on somebody's Instagram a long time ago, and they had stitched it on like a yellow-orange fabric, and that's what I'm going to do. So my plan is to dye fabric and start this. I want this so bad. I love this chart, and I loved it when I saw it on that fabric. So I also picked up either on maybe it was a stash unload, Little Robin Designs, the Charming Cow sampler. And looking at this, I see all those colors again, like in the Martha Davies, the greens, the pinks, the blues, the reds. And I love this one too. And this is small, 134 by 133 on 40 count. It doesn't say the size, but I'm guessing 6 by 6. I can't do math in my head. 40, I'll do it later. I found this at a local thrift shop. I feel like I owned this one before and I sold it. The only thing is I don't know if I've asked you this before. No, I think I made a video and deleted it. This Rotted But Not Forgotten Ornament. I want to say, I don't know who it's by. Plum Street. It's not actually in this book. And can anybody tell me if they own this book? If this chart is in this book? Because this is the one I want to stitch. Pam, just keep stitching, stitched this and changed the colors. I'd love to ask her what she did. She also stitched this one. This Town of Halloween. Cheryl stitched this from Trinkle Stitches. I think she used purple fabric. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of great things in here. If anybody can tell me if this actual pattern is in this book and I can't find it, let me know. And another thing I picked up on Stash Unload site, Stash Unloading, is, oh, here it is. That's another Chessy and Me. I love Chessy and Me. Let My Examples Shine. I love this one too. So this is made into like a needle roll. So here's the picture of the back. I never knew that it was actually not just a flat pattern, that it's actually made into something. So I've loved this forever. There is a scissor fob. I don't know. I feel like I'm going so fast. I think I want to do this and actually make a scissor fob and sew it up because I've never done that before either. And start with that and then start with the other piece. So I got that one too. So as for my plans, which I say I don't make plans, but it's helping to have a Flosstube video so that you can actually complete some things. My plans are to finish at least one, if not 2 or 3 of the ones that are so close to being finished. If I can finish that, I want to dye some fabric and start the Magic Garden sampler. I would love to FFO 1 or 2 things and put it under the hashtag of the 2023 FFO challenge. Not that I'm going to keep up with everything because I don't. Same thing with the first of the week hat sale. It's not going to be a plan, but if I want to stitch on something, I will. Last time I showed one more piece that was almost a finish, and I didn't work on it. This was Charlie Harper, Love from Above. And I just had really some back stitching. So if I can pull that out and finish that, this one could be another finish. And that's just on a white 32 count. And I know I showed the Alphabet Sampler by Birds of a Feather. I didn't work on that. And I showed Rosewood Manor. I didn't work on that. There's one more I showed, or a couple more. Oh, this was the one, Flea Market Fair. That was the one I got at Camp Wool with the House on Pumpkin Hill. So this one I didn't work on either. And I'm not super close to a finish, but hopefully in the next couple months. The Country Cottage Needleworks. Be thankful. I did pull that out and I realized why I stopped working on it. That's not it. I don't have it with me. I was doing it 1/2. I think it's a 36 count. And no, I did work on it, but I started working on it 2/2, and I got a lot of a pumpkin done, and now I don't know what to do, if I pull it out or if I just leave it. So that's another one that's close to a finish, but like I said, I worked on it and then got frustrated, so I put it away. But I've been working on that one for a long time, and I don't know, it's hard to stitch on that linen, and I think that's why I haven't really fully finished it. So I think that's all for me today. I really do want to shout out some floss tubers. I think I'm going to do that in my next video. I need to write some things down. I know I did shout out a lot of floss tubers in my previous videos. I'd love to shout out some people that I regularly watch, but I'm not going to do that in this one too, because I don't have notes and I'm not really planning for that. I have a ton of other whips I could work on, but hopefully with the plan, we'll see if I can finish up some of these things that I have and come back to you in a couple weeks with some more finishes and hopefully an FFO. So until then, thank you so much for watching. I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers. I think I hit it once, but I'm back down to like 995 subscribers. So if you are not subscribed and you like this channel, please subscribe. And if you want to let your friends know, let them know, have them come watch me, see if it's something they like. So thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.